To open Illustrator, your desktop will look a little bit different than mine, but you want to open the same folder that you have been using to open up Photoshop. Adobe Illustrator will show up with the orange and the black icon, and you're going to notice that it looks a lot like Photoshop. It has many of the same commands. I'm going to click on File and New. And let's just call this practice for today. Your profile, I want you to leave on print because we will be printing it. Depending on other products you could make, you might change these at some point. We'll click OK in order to create a new page. We're going to look at adding some text to our page, and already you can see many of the icons are quite similar to Photoshop. So let's start with our type tool. I just clicked and I'm going to type something, and now I'm going to highlight it, and at the top I can change the font size. I can also change the color, change the thickness, so you can play around with that and see some of the different effects that you can create with your text. You can always click on your arrow tool to resize it, rotate it, or to relocate it on your page. The next text tool we're going to look at is creating a path to add text to. So if you click on your pen tool, you're going to click and drag in order to create a path to put our text on. And I come back to my type tool. And then as I type, you'll see it follows the path that I created. Once again, I can come back to my arrow tool in order to change the path. To rotate it. In order to transform your text. You can also try the spiral tool, and this might be a neat feature to use for your Alice Through the Looking Glass poster. I'm going to and remember, you can highlight it and we can change the font size. Or we can also change the color. When I come back to my arrow, I'm able to move it around and to resize it as well. There's also an arc tool. If you wanted to put your text around a certain image. If you click on the type tool and vertical type tool. Another option is using your pen tool. So say you create a shape and we choose our type area type tool. We click on the outside of the shape, and then as we type, I'm going to change my font size there so you can see this. Change the size of my image here. Essentially all the typing that you do will stay inside the shape that you've created. So you could create a particular shape and then all of your text will stay within those lines. So now that you've had some practice with different types of text, we should know how to change the font, to change the size, to put text in different directions, to use tools like creating a shape in order to add text. You should be able to put text going horizontally or vertically or in an arc. You can also try the spiral tool.